Breaking news out of Cowboys camp in Valley Ranch. Tony Romo is out for the remainder of the season after leading his Dallas Cowboys to a 24-23 victory against the Washington Redskins yesterday in basically what amounted to a playoff game for them. If they lost that game, with the Eagles winning, Cowboys are out of the playoffs, and they won that game. Romo led them to a fourth quarter touchdown, which is something that he is sometimes maligned for, not coming up big in big situations, but did it yesterday, and news comes out today according to Adam Schefter, who basically, if Schefter says it, then you know that it's true. But Romo's out for the year, according to Schefter, and to say it's a huge blow for the Cowboys is an understatement. But first of all, I want to start by addressing Romo, then maybe addressing kind of what it means for the Cowboys, not only for this next game against the Eagles, but moving forward. For Romo, could this become a bigger problem down the road? You remember at the beginning of the year when he was signed to the big extension, he had some back problem in the offseason, and Jerry and Romo and Jason Garrett and everybody involved just kind of brushed it off to the side and said, oh, it's not a big deal, he'll be ready for the regular season. But as the preseason got closer and closer, he was always being ruled out, and he wasn't going to play, and if he was, it wasn't going to be for very long. And so people started to wonder, is it a bigger deal than people think? But he's played this whole season, and before Sunday's game, he had been noticeably limping in practice. Maybe the back was giving him a bit of a problem, and a little bit of an issue, but not enough to where he couldn't complete practices. And then Sunday, there were two different plays. One on a completion to Miles Austin is the one that people are going to show the most, where he doubled over in pain, in obvious pain, but still finished the game and led them on that fourth quarter comeback that I talked about just a few minutes ago. And Romo's tough. It's a chance for Cowboys fans to sit back and realize what they have in Tony Romo, a guy that often gets way too much of the blame and then often gets too much of the credit for the Cowboys. I mean, he is the poster boy for the Cowboys, and a lot of Cowboys fans will blame a lot of it on Romo when it's really not his fault, or give him all the credit when maybe it wasn't all him. But the kid's tough. He's missed 14 games total. 13 games. This will be his 14th game. And since becoming the starter in, I believe, 2006. So he's played in most of his games, although he suffered just numerous injuries, mostly because of his offensive line has been terrible. Remember last year he had the broken ribs that he played through. Obviously wasn't 100%, not even close to 100%, but he still went out there and competed and gave it his all, which is something that he does on a weekly basis. And it's not always pretty, but he's going to compete. And it's a chance for him to just go out there and lead his team, do the only thing he knows how to do, which is give 100% effort, even if he's not at 100% health-wise. And now he's out, and Kyle Orton's going to have to step in and try to lead the Cowboys to a victory. But for Romo to be missing a game of this magnitude shows that he is hurt, and he is hurt. He's pretty significantly hurt, even though nobody really saw this coming. Everybody after the game kind of said that, it was a minor injury, and just sore, or something just cramped up, or something got strained. But it's basically a playoff game for the Cowboys. Romo's going to play. The news broke today, like I said, from Schefter, that he's not going to play. So Cowboys fans should take this as a chance to appreciate Tony Romo, appreciate what he does, appreciate the toughness and the stability that he can provide at the quarterback position for the Cowboys. And now that they're not going to have him, they're going to realize what they're missing quickly, very quickly. The biggest plays for the Cowboys came on plays that he extended with his legs. The long completion to Terrence Williams, 56 yards, I believe, the touchdown to Dez in the back of the end zone, and the eventual game-winning touchdown to DeMarco Murray in the front right corner of the end zone all came because he scampered around, made plays with his legs, and made throws after the play had basically broken down. And that's something a lot of quarterbacks can't do. And with Kyle Orton in there, that's something he definitely can't do. So it's a chance for Cowboys fans to appreciate Romo. It's unfortunate that it has to come to this, him missing the biggest game of the year for them to appreciate him. But the fact that he played through what is now apparently a major back injury says something about the type of player that he is. And moving forward, it'll be interesting to see if this back becomes a big issue. Romo's 33. He's only been a starter since 2006, so he hasn't been starting since he was 21 and a rookie. But I believe he sat at the bench for only 3 years, so he's been in the league for a while, taking a lot of shots. And is this back issue something that's going to be recurring? Will he start to lose some of his mobility around the pocket because of it? So it'll be interesting to see moving forward if he has to adjust his style of play due to this injury. So once again, Tony Romo is out, not only for this game against the Eagles, but for the rest of the season. If the Cowboys win, he's going to miss all of their playoff games. And I'll be coming back in the next video to tell you kind of what the Cowboys have to do from here, what this injury means for them moving forward.